They called me a king. That's the funny part. Everybody saw the crown. Nobody saw the wounds underneath. Everybody wanted the glory. Nobody stayed for the war. And in the end, I became the king. Nobody saved. I was 17 with a head full of dreams, sleeping beside fear and unfinished schemes. Mama said, don't let the darkness decide who you are. But darkness was the only thing I saw after dark. The neighborhood taught lessons schools never could. How to smile through pain and still pretend you're good. I swore I'd escape, swore I'd make a name, swore the world would remember me one day. Yeah, years passed, the city opened its gates. Money filled my pocket, success arrived late. Suddenly everybody wanted a seat at my table. Back when they said my dreams weren't stable, but every celebration ended the same. A crowded room, an empty soul, a king surrounded by people, still feeling alone. The higher I climbed, the less I could breathe. Everybody wanted something, nobody wanted me. I was the king, nobody saved, standing in the spotlight, drowning in the praise. They saw the diamonds, they never saw the chains. I wore a golden crown while carrying the weight. Everybody loved the throne. Nobody knew the pain. I was the king, nobody saved. Then she came along like summer after rain, the kind of love that makes a broken heart believe again. She saw the boy behind the reputation, the scars behind the celebration. For a while I thought maybe this was healing, maybe love was the thing I've been missing. But old wounds have a voice of their own, and mine kept whispering, don't get too close. So I pushed her away before she could leave, turned my fears into reasons not to believe. Watched her walk out while pretending I was fine. Some regrets stay alive longer than time. Now every midnight drive feels colder than before. Her memory still knows how to find my door. I was the king, nobody saved, standing in the spotlight, drowning in the praise. They saw the diamonds, they never saw the chains. I wore a golden crown while carrying the weight. Everybody loved the throne. Nobody knew the pain. I was the king, nobody saved. Last year went back to where it all began. Same street, same sky, different man. I found my mother sitting on the porch alone, watching the sunset paint gold across her home. She smiled and asked me how life had been. I talked about basic success and everything, and she looked at me quietly for a while, the way only a mother can, and asked, are you happy, son? The question hit harder than any failure, because I had spent years becoming someone important, but forgotten how to become someone whole. The silence said everything. I finally understood, you can build an empire and still lose yourself inside it. Maybe I wasn't looking for money, maybe I wasn't looking for fame, maybe I was looking for someone to tell me I didn't have to earn my place. Maybe the crown wasn't power, maybe it was pain. Maybe I kept calling myself a king to avoid admitting I was afraid. I was the king, nobody saved. Or maybe I was the king who never asked for help, building walls so high even love couldn't climb them. Blaming the world for battles inside myself. The throne is empty now, the city's lights have changed, and for the first time in forever I don't need a say. If you see someone smiling, it doesn't mean they're okay. Sometimes the loneliest people look the strongest. And sometimes the king nobody's safe is standing right in front of you. Nobody's safe.